Good morning, students. This is next topic in chemical bonding chapter, that is valency bond theory. This theory was proposed by Hitler and London, and later it was developed by Pauling and Slater. Postulates, that means what it said. According to this theory, the covalent bond is formed by overlapping of two atomic orbitals. That means this theory explains about formation of covalent bond. That means how covalent bond is formed between two orbitals and what is its strength. That is the purpose of this theory. So what is the first point? According to this theory, the covalent bond is formed by overlapping of two atomic orbitals. That means when two atomic orbitals undergo overlapping, then covalent bond will be formed. Then only covalent bond will be formed. That is the meaning of that point. I will discuss the examples about this one, then you will get clear idea about that point. Next point, the strength of the bond depends on type of overlapping orbitals. Type of, that means strength of the bond depends on type of overlapping, means based on nature of orbital, based on type of orbital, its strength depends. For example, if the overlapping between one s orbital of one atom and another s orbital of another atom, then that overlapping is called SS overlapping. Yes, we represent like this, S hyphen S. This indicates that in that case covalent bond is formed between s orbital of one atom and another s orbital of another atom, not same atom. This indicates that what s orbital of one atom and p orbital of another atom. Every time covalent bond forms between two atoms. Next here, pp indicates that p orbital of one atom and p orbital of another atom. This is types of overlapping. In this types of overlapping, SS overlapping is somehow less. That means its strength is somehow less compared to SP. Its strength is somehow less compared to PP. That means when covalent bond is formed between p orbitals of two atoms, then its bond strength is more compared to SP and SS. That is the meaning of that point. Next, the strength of the bond also depends on n value. N value means principal quantum number. That means shell number. If shell number increases, strength of the bond also increases. For example, 2p, this is present in second shell. 3p, this is present in third shell. So in which case bond strength is more? 3p, because here n value increases. So if n value increases, automatically bond strength also increases. Next point, sigma bond. This is very important point. Sigma bond is formed by axial overlapping of atomic orbitals. Pi bond is formed by lateral overlapping of atomic orbitals. Here, before discussing about these 2 points, you have to know one point, that is covalent bond is again classified into two types. They are sigma bond and pi bond. Sigma bond and pi bond. How sigma bond is formed? How pi bond is formed? That is the point here. See what sigma bond says. How sigma bond formed according to this theory? When two orbitals, suppose I take s orbital, or can take any orbital. Suppose I take p orbital. This is p orbital of one atom. This is p orbital of another atom. When these two orbitals undergo overlapping, then covalent bond is formed. Here this ring indicates what? This is small ring indicates overlapping, merging of two orbitals. This indicates what? Overlapping. After overlapping, then only covalent bond will be formed. Suppose this is A atom, this is B atom, then A B merged like this, overlapping like this, then covalent bond is formed. Here this covalent bond is called sigma bond. It is the notation for sigma bond. Like that, sigma bond will be formed. Here this type of overlapping is called axial overlapping. Axial overlapping, because here overlapping takes place through a axis. Suppose this is px orbital, this is also px. So here overlapping takes place between axis. That is why this is called axial overlapping. This is also called head to head overlapping. Head to head, OR end to end overlapping. Axial overlapping, head to head overlapping, end to end overlapping. Suppose when two p orbitals are like this, then here overlapping is like this. Sorry, here overlapping is like this. This is called, here this is py orbital, this is also py orbital. When these two orbitals mix with each other, then overlapping is like this. This is not here overlapping is not takes place through axis. See, this is axis, this is axis. This is called sidewise overlapping. Sidewise overlapping, or lateral overlapping. This is called sidewise overlapping or lateral overlapping. When two orbitals undergo axial overlapping, then sigma bond will be formed. When two orbitals undergo sidewise overlapping or lateral overlapping, then pi bond will be formed. Both sigma and pi bond both comes under covalent bond, but that is classified into two types. So how sigma bond is formed here? Sigma bond is formed by axial overlapping of atomic orbitals. Pi bond is formed by lateral overlapping of atomic orbitals. Just now I discussed already. Next, if two orbitals are in same orientation, then only overlapping takes place. This is very important point. If two orbitals are in same orientation, then only overlapping takes place. Then only covalent bond will be formed. That is the meaning of that point. See, suppose this is px orbital. Py. This is px orbital. Then there is no chance of overlapping between px orbital of one atom and py orbital of one atom, because here electron density present on x-axis, here electron density present on y-axis. That means orientation is different. Then no chance of overlapping, then no chance of bond formation. So what is the point here? If the orbitals are in same orientation means px or py or pz, then only overlapping takes place. Then only covalent bond will be formed, whether it is sigma or pi. That is the meaning of that point. Next, again in this overlapping, two types are there. They are positive overlap and negative overlap. This is not important point. You just remember it. No need to remember. Just learn it. Just now, till now we discussed about overlapping. Again, this overlapping is two types. See, here negative, positive. What is the meaning of this negative and positive? That means when electron, this is p orbital, we know that very well. When electrons comes here, then this lobe having negative charge and automatically this lobe having positive charge. That indicates that electron is not here. In other case also, same, we just assume like that. If this positive overlapping of this p orbital and positive lobe of this another p orbital, if those two signs merge with each other or overlapping with each other, if two signs of two orbitals merge with each other, two same signs, then it is called positive overlap. Or here negative negative, positive positive. Suppose negative positive or positive negative merge with each other, that is called negative overlap. Positive overlap means overlapping takes place between two same signs, whether it is positive signs or negative signs. But negative overlap means overlapping takes place between opposite signs, negative positive or positive negative. That is called negative positive. Zero overlap means no chance of bond formation. Suppose this is S orbital, this is Py orbital. If overlapping is like this, then there is no chance of bond formation. That is called zero overlapping. See, this is Py, this is Pz. Just now I discussed it. That is what orbital should be in same orientation, then only overlapping takes place and bond formation takes place. So this is called zero overlapping. Next, there are some more points regarding this one. That is, sigma bond is stronger than pi bond. Sigma bond is stronger than pi bond. That is first important point. Second point, between two atoms sigma bond is formed initially, then only pi bond will be formed. That is very very important point. That means between two atoms initially sigma bond will be formed, then only pi bond will be formed. That means sigma bond is independent bond, but pi bond is dependent bond. Without sigma bond, pi bond cannot be formed. That is very very important point. Next, the maximum number of covalent bonds between two atoms is 3. That means between any two atoms, if you take any two atoms, the maximum number of covalent bonds is 3. That means there is no chance of more than 3 bonds. For example, C triple bond C. We can see this type of molecules. For example, ethane. In ethane, molecular formula C2H2. In that, when we write the structural formula, in that formula, two carbons having triple bond. So what is the point? Between two atoms, there is no chance of formation of more than 3 bonds. Maximum number is 3. Next, another important point. S orbital can form sigma bond. It cannot form pi bond. This is also very very important point. S orbital only can form sigma bond, but it cannot form pi bond, because it cannot, this orbital cannot overlap sideways with other orbital. That is the point. Next, p orbital can form both sigma as well as pi bonds. So these are the important points regarding this one. When we discuss about examples, then you will get clear idea about this theory. See, for example, take H2. In H2, 2 hydrogen atoms are there. That in that hydrogen atom, s orbital is present. We know that very well. S orbital contain 1 electron. Here also contain 1 electron. When these two s orbitals overlapping, then covalent bond will be formed between one hydrogen and another hydrogen. That's all. In HCl, unpaired electron present in s orbital, but in chlorine, unpaired electron is present in p orbital. When these two orbitals are overlapping, then bond will be formed like this. This is called sp overlapping. Here ss overlapping, this is sp. Then covalent bond formed between hydrogen and chlorine. Here chlorine contains unpaired electron in p orbital. Another chlorine also contain unpaired electron in another p orbital. When these two orbitals undergo overlapping, then sigma bond will be formed between two p orbitals of two chlorine atoms. Next, O2. See, here O2. What is the electronic configuration of O2? See clearly. Electron configuration of first atomic number of oxygen. How much? 6. Its electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p. Sorry. Here atomic number 8. 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. This is orbital representation of oxygen atom. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that means this oxygen contains 2 unpaired electrons. Which oxygen? If you take any oxygen atom, here are 2 oxygen atoms are present. So oxygen electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. Its electronic configuration, its orbital configuration is like this. In this, if you see this electronic configuration, here two unpaired electrons present around in an oxygen atom, two unpaired electrons. Another oxygen also contain two unpaired electrons. Those are present in which orbital? P orbital. See, suppose this is py orbital of one oxygen atom. This is py orbital of another oxygen atom. This is pz orbital of one oxygen atom. This is pz orbital of another oxygen atom. Here it contains one unpaired electron. Here also it contains one unpaired electron. As for this, here also it contains one unpaired electron. Here also it contains one unpaired electron. Now what happens? Overlapping takes place between this orbital of this oxygen atom and this orbital of this oxygen atom, because both are in same orientation. Similarly, overlapping takes place between this orbital of this oxygen atom and this orbital of this oxygen atom. Then overlapping takes place like this. This line indicates that these two orbitals undergo overlapping. This indicates that these two orbitals undergo overlapping. After overlapping, we used to mention like this. That means paired electrons. Here also like this. Then what happened? This is head-to-head overlapping. This is end-to-end. Sideways overlapping. This is head-to-head. This is sideways. Then sigma bond will be formed initially. That means this is because of this overlapping sigma bond, and because of this overlapping pi bond will be formed. That is why oxygen contains double bond. Out of that, one is sigma bond, one is pi bond. That is the meaning of that point. Similarly, in case of N2, nitrogen atomic number how much? 7. Electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. That means it also contains how many unpaired electrons? 3 unpaired electrons. Those 3 are present in p orbital. Similarly, one more nitrogen also contains 3 unpaired electrons in p orbital. So that here there also overlapping takes place. See, this is px orbital of one nitrogen, py orbital of one nitrogen, pz orbital of nitrogen. All contains one unpaired electron. This is one nitrogen. We have to take one more nitrogen. This is px, py, pz. These also contains unpaired electron. Now overlapping takes place between these two orbitals and these two orbitals, because these two are in same orientation, and these two orbitals. That means here one head-to-head overlapping, but two are sidewise overlapping. Then 3 bonds will be formed between two nitrogens. Out of 3, one is sigma bond, 2 are pi bonds, because these two are sidewise overlapping. These two only head-to-head overlapping. These two orbitals undergo overlapping, that is called head-to-head. Because of that, only one bond will be formed. Initially sigma bond will be formed every time. After that, pi bonds will be formed. So like that bonds will be formed between any two atoms according to valency bond theory. This is all about valency bond theory. Thank you.